So are we back with altcoin season now? Do you think Bitcoin is going to take a back seat and let Ethereum or even some of the other altcoins take a run? For example, such as Solana. We're going to take a good look at Solana and a couple of other altcoins to see if they will be next to take up the charge of the bull run instead of just Ethereum, right? So as you can notice here, Solana is actually making new highs right now. Like this is what, April 7th? April 7th, when everything bottomed, when the stocks bottomed, when Bitcoin bottomed, when Ethereum, when everything bottomed, and now stocks have made new all-time high, Bitcoin has made new all-time high, Ethereum also, Ethereum has made new all-time high, but look at Solana, right? It's actually stayed up. It's actually closing at the highest point for this year right now, right? Rather than, since Feb this year. And rather than everything else, like Bitcoin's down here, a lot of altcoins down here, Solana has been showing a lot of strength. We can categorically say if Solana is starting to lead the bull run or not. That's what this episode is going to be about. I will show you guys. Before we get there, let's have a look at Bitcoin itself. So obviously, it can't happen if Bitcoin crashes, right? Bitcoin chart is starting to look better. And as I've been saying, there will be strong support over 107, 108 if we got down there. I was originally calling for 110K, and for a micro moment there, I thought we won't get there, but we did hit it, and we got to 108. But this doesn't count out. One more dip to 107K level, and it's pretty obvious, as you can see on my chart, why this blue line is drawn here, right? We could have one more dip and go up, or this could be the bottom already. But either ways, as I was saying, I'm expecting a very strong bounce because this is a strong, very big technical level at 107, 108, because the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tops from December 2024, this entire 10-month Bitcoin just spent trying to crack this level. So now we fake out, retest, bounce off these 5 tops, and up we go. I think that's the more likely scenario. Okay, the looking at the weekly closes, this is still early. This is still Thursday afternoon, 1:27 p.m. US time, New York time. But if we were to close, what's this level here? At the current level or higher, I'd say 112.5, 112.5 and higher. If we can do that, then basically, we can. I think we can do. If we can close here or higher, then I think that would be a very nice weekly bottoming tail. We bounce out of this zone, right? Major support and also support in the blue channel. This channel, downward channel that is marked in blue, and upwards. That would be very good. Okay, so the thing about Bitcoin is that it's most people are probably not used to it, because for the last number of years we're so used to Bitcoin just leading and alts not doing well. For once, alts are actually doing well. I know ETH is down today and Bitcoin's showing strength, but the other alts are also up today, so they're still following Bitcoin. And look at ETH today. ETH weekly bar still looking good. This was a bit of a pullback today. I think that's just exchanges taking out the longs, but that's on the daily it looks fine to me, except we have this for ETH we have this daily topping tail, which may not be a big deal, right? If we can close above 4,980, that's called a 5,000, right? Then that topping tail is negated. We don't want that daily. This is a weekly chart now. Daily topping tail to turn into something bad on the weekly chart as well. So this weekly close would be important. Like even if it closes here, I know it's a red bar at 4,500. That's okay. It's not terrible looking a bar. If it can close somewhere up here, like 4,650 or above, that would be a better looking bar, obviously, right? So, but the thing is, Bitcoin has passed on leadership for this bull market in crypto to Ethereum, and Ethereum, is taking the run right now. But which altcoins will be the next to take the baton and charge forward, right? Which altcoins next will take the charge for altcoin season? Before we answer that question, first let's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo Jimenez use? Well, Pablo uses his exchange that's non-KYC. That means you don't need to show any ID. That means even the exchange can't see who you are. That means FBI can't see you. The IRS can't see you. Tax office can't see you. CIA, nobody can see you, right? So total privacy, that's why Pablo made this deal with them. And they're offering weekly prizes, not monthly, but weekly prizes of up to $25,000 futures bonuses. Look at this, folks. Every week, there's a chance to win $2,000, $4,000, $8,000, $15,000, even up to $25,000, right? And this is not a exchange-wide competition. This is just a Pablo competition, right? For Pablo's followers who click on the link. And even if you're in the top 60, sometimes there's a chance, right? See here, top 60, right? A chance to win a prize just by overall trading volume. Or if you're in the top 10, right, you can still win a prize for your P&L, profit and loss. So folks, just keep in mind, this is limited time only, right? The offer finishes on, this deal finishes on 12th of September, September 12th. And let's get back to the markets, folks. But if you're watching this on YouTube, then the link is in the description below. The link is in the description below. On any other platform, just go to my profile page, and then there is my link tree or stand link. We click on that, and it should be the first deal that pops up, right? Because this is a great deal, okay? Let's get back to the markets. But remember, folks, this deal is only on the Pablo Jimenez link. Only on the Pablo Jimenez link. So, as we were saying, Solana is actually leading, right? So USDT, Solana leading the run. First thing we notice about the Solana chart is that it's been holding this uptrend since late 2022. So it's been in a bull run, right? It's been in a bull run. Even though the last 1.5 years has been quite frustrating, right? Especially this fake to 300 and then down to $98. But that's what crypto is. Even though this is a rising wedge, theoretically, there's a chance we break down here and go down. I like where Solana is sitting, is showing a lot of relative strength to Bitcoin, and I think it could pop up. Okay, so I've said this before. I think the target is something like 305, 3010. And one thing that could be there are two reasons I believe that are driving this Solana season. One is the Solana phone called the Zika phone. I think that phone is about to, it should do well. I mean, like it got delayed. I've been talking a lot about it. I bought a few coins within the Solana ecosystem, such as, Sol Mail, Sol Box, even the very dead Sol Keep. It hasn't run yet because those Zika phones shipments got delayed. That's a Solana phone. So I believe it is going to be happening, and 305 would be a minimum target for me. That'd be a new all-time high, and then break up, and up we go. So how can we definitively tell if Sol is leading or not? Well, we can do that by dividing Sol against Bitcoin USDT, right? Bitcoin USD. So if we were to divide Solana into Bitcoin USD, this is the chart we see, right? And that's why here it was frustrating, because it had a big run, had a really good run between mid 23 to March 24. That was a really good run, and it was basically outcompeting, outgunning Bitcoin. Okay, so this is where we saw Ethereum go down into April to hit like $98 or something, and then had a big bounce. So now we're turning up again. It's rising, right? From a weak position, but it's rising, basically showing that that it is starting to gain strength again against Bitcoin. And I have an inkling, I have a feeling that Solana season is about to happen. Even though it's until we get above this red line, until here, that most people will call it and say, oh, Solana season's happening. But as I keep on saying, don't wait for it. Don't wait for the confirmation. I think it is happening now. Like what I called on ETH versus Bitcoin. So for folks who are in my Discord, for folks who've been watching my videos, you already know this. I called Ethereum versus Bitcoin back in late April. I said that's going to take off, and it has, because it was making a bottoming tail, and it was already quite low. ETH has already gone home, as they were saying. So this is the chart, and this is so tricky. Look, with a massive like triangle, the entire life history of Solana is just this big triangle, and basically you would think it would bounce off here and bounce, boom, up we go, breakthrough, up we go. It has to fake out. It comes down to the support level, right? See here, and then basically has to turn up again. So then you've got double, right, resistance level here. You've got this red line here, and you've got this red line here. So this is going to be a major resistance. I think we take a small break, pull back from here, and then boom, up we go, and then we bounce along this. So it is looking like Solana is at least gaining against Bitcoin in the last, since this is June 23rd, right? So for the last 2 months, Solana has been gaining against Bitcoin. So that's, say, Solana divided by ETH USD. See how Solana is performing against ETH USD. Okay, Solana performed well against ETH USD for most of this bull run, but have a look at this. Yeah. So the thing is this, like, if we until this was around April 21st, when Ethereum bottomed against Bitcoin, Ethereum took off, and now so it's underperforming ETH. But what do we notice here? The supporting trend line is coming pretty close, and it's bouncing off the supporting trend line. In fact, there could probably be a case to be made for this trend line to be somewhere like here. Why? Because if you draw it this way, then you basically have Solana versus Ethereum chart ratio bouncing off this here, this wicks through here, bounce off here, and then bounce again. So this is probably the point where Solana turns it around against Ethereum. If Solana takes the lead from again, okay. And look at this. There's one more reason. See, this is 0.04 level. 0.04 level. You've got, like, this was the high of 2021. This is October, November 2021. This was the previous cycle high, and against Ethereum. And look at the support levels here. Boom, 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 right? So it became major resistance here as well. Support pivot low here as well. Pivot low. And so I think this is probably the turning point, because you've got right, these supporting lows, these support levels here, and you've got this red line here. So and unlike Ethereum or Bitcoin, Solana is actually now closing at its new highs since February. So that's strong relative strength, and I think Solana is about to take off. So Solana season could be starting right now. Of course, folks might ask, okay, what coins do I want to get in Solana ecosystem? Well, if Solana season takes off, and then yeah, the Solana memes, there are so many of them, like dog with hat, like, some of them I can't even pronounce. All those crazy Solana memes gonna have a run again. even Pump.fun, that the coin of Pump.fun might have a run. But look, if the meme coins are too difficult to choose because there are so many of them, depends on which cult you're in, then there's another way to play this, and that would be the Solana utility coins, the Solana coins, which basically are going to end up on the app, on the phone app of the new Solana phone, which is called Seeker. And the phone apps are, as I said, the ones that I bought into like 2 months ago are SoulKeep. Sorry, SoulKeep is a bit dead. I bought that a year ago. Are SoulMail and SoulBox, right? Let me just show you guys here. So I spoke about this 2 months ago. This is SoulMail, right? MAIL, SoulMail. So let me just drag it across a little so folks can see the symbol a little bit better, and we can still see the price that way. Yeah. So yeah, MAIL, SoulMail. So it's like Hotmail, but on the Solana phone app, which is getting rolled out now. So like when I called it, it basically popped up from very low to like 2 mil, and then pulled back to about 1 mil right now, or just below 1 mil, 900K, which I think is fine. It's like 55% pullback, just a little bit more than halfway. It's quite normal for crypto. And look, originally I drew this bull flag. Boom, it breaks out of the bull flag, and now it basically goes sideways again in the bull flag. So I've drawn a new bull flag, and this time a much flatter bull flag. And I think when Solana season picks up, SoulMail is likely to break out here and have a run. But keep in mind this 0.021, which is actually equates to $2.1 million market cap. And we can see this has been the top of the range since June 2024. For 15 months now, this has been top of the range. I believe the next move is to break out of this bull flag, and boom, through here, up we go. No real resistance until we get to about 0.005, which is 5 mil on the which is 5x, just over 5x from here on the market cap. And then let's see how we go. Okay, let's see if we can get SoulBox. SoulBox has had a bigger pullback. Obviously, it's basically, but if we can look at all of this as a flagpole, or as a single pattern, then it's basically inside this falling wedge, or you can call this still some sort of bull flag, and we have a breakout. So I do think it doesn't go much lower in here. This bottom won't be taken out, I don't think. And yeah, and I think basically once Solana starts running itself, it shouldn't take long for these Soul apps, which ends up on the Seeker phone, to start running. I mean, SoulBox is not looking as bullish as SoulMail. So it has still has if it gets down up to here, which is doubling. Oh no, which is actually 0.000488. That's gonna be major resistance, and then here as well. That's 1 million when it gets to 1 million. So it's only 300,000 right now. When it gets to that bit, would be around 480K, and that's just above 1 mil in market cap. Okay, so maybe Solana season finally hits now. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you next episode.